Hello Gemini, welcome back to Cardelian Moon. As you can see, we have an audience for your reading. This is going to be your love reading for, sorry, I'm Lisa, for those that don't know. This is going to be your love reading for mid-February through to mid-March. I don't know why we've got an audience. Anyway, I have got something to tell my fellow gems, because as you know, I'm a Gemini. When I done the general reading with Joe, you know, Joe comes up once a month and we do general readings for all star signs. I mentioned about some Leo returning, and I don't know if any of you remember. I'm like, well, I don't know who that is. I can't see a Leo returning, you know, or anything like that. Lo and behold, I will share with you, my fellow siblings. Lo and behold, about 4 or 5 years ago, I went out for coffee with a guy, and it just didn't feel right, so we just parted ways. Lo and behold, he sprung up about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, right out the blue. I'd forgotten all about him. We just sort of saw each other on some Facebook page, got chatting, I went out a few times, and it's all now done. It was really, really funny, because I was like, I'm like, I don't see a Leo coming back in. And it wasn't until we'd been chatting and going out, we just went out a few times, nothing came of it. But I was like, I just remembered he's a Leo. And there was me saying some Leo was coming back in. And it looked like it was going to go somewhere, but it fell flat pretty quick. But then, that's life, I'm not worried about that. But it was funny because I was thinking he wanted to jump straight in at the deep end, as fire energies do sometimes, you know, because they could be quite impulsive and quite passionate and upfront. So he wanted to jump straight in, and I'm like, okay, I'm a Gemini, I'll match you. You know what I mean? So I went, okay, let's jump straight in then. So we both sort of jumped. I'm not talking sex or anything like that, but we both sort of kind of jumped straight in. And then I think he got a little upset because basically I could outswim him in the, but never mind. I feel for him. He's not a horrible bloke. He's just obviously not strong enough to be mine. But anyway, neither here nor there. That all sounds really big-headed and narcissistic. I don't mean it that way. And he's a lovely bloke, but he's just not right for me. And I'm not right for him. And that's the way it is. So all good. But yes, I just wanted to let you know, because I remember sitting there going, well, I don't know who that's going to be. I can't think of a Leo. And lo and behold, there he was. And there he's gone. So anyway, moving on. Let's see what we have got. I still find it amusing. Oh, some of you are dealing with heartbreak or worried about a three-way situation, or you've just found out about a three-way situation. So maybe I'll find out tomorrow about a three-way situation. Who knows? Maybe with that Leo. Anyway, sorry. That's not funny. But it's history. I don't care what he's doing now. Thank you, darling. I can move my chair back. Thank you, darling. Both finished now. Go lay down, darling, please. Go to bed. Go to bed. There's a good boy. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys because I found that very amusing. Sorry. Right, so let's see what we've got going on. So again, I mean, with this Three of Swords, I know it can mean heartache, but we've also got to bear in mind that swords are our energy cards, and I feel it may be that you've turned around and sort of said to someone, no, like you may have been the one that's created the heartache, you know, because I'm not dealing with that. You know, maybe something along that. But what I'm going to do is the way I'm going to draw the cards this month is I'm going to do your energies with Gilded Tarot, which I am currently shuffling, and then I'll do the person you're interested in, the person coming towards you, whoever you're currently dealing with this Psychic Tarot deck. Interesting. Fire energy just popped up there because I just cut them to show you the back of them. Interesting gems. So did any of you get Valentine's cards or anything like that? Not me. Oh, here we go. Okay, what we're trying to bring forward, guys. What are you working on? Okay. because some of you are actually working, some of you have felt heartache recently, and you're actually working on a way to move away from this. You're actually, I'm not saying someone in the energy, because you've got the energy. You're trying to work out of a way of getting away from this heartache, or getting over this heartache. I feel you're probably putting your energies into other things. You're probably thinking about other options, not just in a love, I don't mean in a love capacity, I'm thinking about so that you can emotionally get past this. I think, to be honest, some of you are just going to go, oh, I need to get past this shit, right. I am taking the morning off, or tonight I'm going to sit down with a film and a bottle of wine, and if I need to cry my eyes out, I am going to cry my eyes out, and then tomorrow, boom, blank canvas, new day, let's get going. I feel that's where some of you are going to be at. I definitely feel that's where some of you are going to be at. And to be fair, I think that's a good way personally of dealing with it, because if ever I'm upset or stressed, oh gosh, sorry, just dropped the card. Yeah, if ever I'm upset or stressed, or feeling anything really, and I can feel the emotions tugging at me and I'm ignoring them, I'm like, okay, I'll get you, and then as quickly as I can, I will take a few hours. I will make a few hours so that I can deal with the emotions, feel the emotions, cry if I need to, scream if I need to, type messages that I'll never send if I need to, and get it all out. And then you can start afresh. You're clean. You've cleaned out. You've emotionally showered, you know, and scrubbed everything away that needs to be scrubbed away. Okay. We've got the Nine of Pentacles here, but it kind of came out a bit on the piss. So some of you, I feel, are thinking, yeah, once I've worked, I've had to get past this heartache. Fuck it, I'm going to be on my own for a while. I'm just going to do what I want to do. And you're going to be working more on your, maybe more on your career, maybe more on working out your finances, working out what you want within your home life, you know, like what you want, like, I don't mean, like redecorating, like you're going to put your energies into, I know, I'm going to spruce up my bedroom or something like that, and you're going to put your energies into changing that around or something like that. Some of you are thinking, I need to emotionally move on from this, but I'm not sure I'm ready to actually be on my own. So some of you might make a bit of a movement towards somebody else, but you're feeling on the defensive. I don't feel it's the right time for you to do that. You're feeling like you've got a bit of a barrier up, because maybe you haven't dealt with the emotions. If you're going to be the one that goes off on your own, right, you are going to be, like I said, you're going to be concentrating more on your life, and if someone does feel like coming towards you, you're going to be, do you know what I mean? But if you're thinking of staying in this situation, you're going to be trying to make it more stable and almost realign the foundations of it. But it's a defensive ploy to stop you actually facing your own emotions. That's where you're at. You're split there, Geminis. Split there between that, some of you. Let's see where the energies are for person you're dealing with, or who is coming towards you, or you're thinking of. Let's see where their energies are. Give me the energies for the significant in our Gem's life, please. Okay, they're hoping and dreaming and wishing. And okay, hoping and dreaming and wishing. Where is their mind at? They are hoping and dreaming and wishing of also being independent. I swear to God, I have not done one reading today where there isn't a breakup. And like I said in the other readings, I said, is this like post-Valentine blues or something? Everyone seems to want to be independent at the moment. Yeah, I feel emotionally a lot of people do want love, but it seems to me this seems to be a time of the month. I must check out the moon and where the planets are, because it feels to me like at the moment everyone wants to be loved, but they don't want to give up any of their independence. No one seems to be willing to create any compromises at the moment. It's like, well, this is how I am, and if you can't accept it, tough tits. So with my little spill at the beginning, I suppose I'm actually feeling a bit like that as well. Here I am. Maybe it's doing the rounds. Maybe it's doing the rounds. But I am seeing it in like with friends and people I know who are in relationships, or people who have been in. I do see bumps. I do see bumps amongst even people I know that are married. I can see there's a tension there at the moment. I do feel it's like spiritually the whole world is coming into a new cycle, a new way of being, a new realization, a new way of doing things, a new way of a new sort of spirituality, I just feel like everything is on a sort of grand scale rebirth, if that makes sense. And I don't know if anyone else is feeling those sort of energies within the world and life and the universe in general. I am definitely seeing like heavy shifts and heavy change. Like I've sort of been seeing it since, like, I think it was the last full moon in December. I've kind of been seeing it and sensing it since then. And I'm sure some of you are empathic as well, and you're probably picking up on bits as well. But I feel a very, very strong shift in a lot of ways. This person you're dealing with, they are looking at different ways of approaching things. They're kind of going with their gut instinct. They're looking at different ways of being. They're trying to look at things from a different perspective, which is basically kind of in line of what I've just said. I do feel there's rebirth everywhere at the moment, and it is putting pressure on relationships. And I don't think a lot of relationships are going to survive. And I'm not just talking about you, Gemini. I'm talking in general. I feel a lot of relationships aren't going to survive, or there's going to be a very dramatic dynamics change within a lot of relationships. And like I said, not just for you guys, us guys, I should say. Let's see where else can I have some more, please? More cards on the energies surrounding within the significant person. They're on the move. They are way on the move. Everyone seems to be on the move. Everyone is on a rush. Everyone is again, this person's the same. They're heading off. They're in a now. Let's get this done now. Let's get that done now. Let's do this. Let's do that. I'm going this way. I've decided. Whoosh. That's where I'm going. Oh, hello. Again, but this card has literally come up in every reading as well. Not seeing what's on offer. Being bored. Can't be bothered. There's this whole bored, can't be bothered, had enough attitude flying around at the moment. Absolutely flying around. And as you can see, that card jumped out, but that has literally come out in every reading as well so far today. For someone else's significant other or person they're thinking of or heading towards, whatever. That has been coming out. It's like that. I do honestly feel like the whole world's had enough, guys. I really do. I think everyone's had enough. It may be the calm before the storm. We will see. I'm really interested to get on to next month's readings already now to see how this transpires. But a lot of people are feeling like this. They've turned their back on situations. They're turning their back on love at the moment. Many people are turning their back on love at the moment. And this energy of the person you're dealing with or thinking about or looking towards is doing the same. And like I've said, I don't know if I've said it in this video yet, but I feel it's almost like post-Valentine blues. They're not seeing, though, what there is available. Everyone's got their head down. Everyone's got blinkers on. I'm telling you, it's really, really bizarre. Really bizarre. Can I have one more, please, for the energies of the person Gemini is thinking of? That one, or which one? Oh, I'll take both. Oh, they feel they're being really clever. They're moving forward, and that because they think that this could be an earth energy you're dealing with, by the way. There's quite a bit of earth here, so you could be looking at Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. But they feel that the right thing to do is move on. They feel they've done everything they can, and you know, how have you not noticed how they've done everything they can? You know, and they're off, mate, off ski. But yeah, they feel, you know, like how can you not see how wonderful they've been? That's where their heads are at the moment. How can I not see how nice I am, how glorious I am? Like I said, I think everyone's in the same boat. They're moving. Or they feel that by going somewhere else, they'll get the recognition and, you know, that they feel they deserve. Everyone seems to be in their own head at the moment. I'm beginning to wonder if today is the right day to do love readings at all, because everyone seems to be in their own head. Every reading seems to be coming out with people being in their own head, being very self-centered, thinking of themselves. I'm not saying that's what you're doing. I'm saying that's what seems to be the energy that's doing the rounds at the moment. And everyone's just thinking of parting ways. Everyone. Everyone's upset. Everyone's got the hump with each other. It must be post-Valentine blues, right? It must be. Thinking of rebuilding. Rebuilding, starting afresh somewhere else. What's they thinking about? Money. I think they may have lost a bit of money somewhere. And that's concerning them a bit as well. Maybe they think they put too much into you financially. I'm not saying they did. Maybe they feel that. But yeah, everyone's moving on. Let's get you some romance in the angel cards, guys. Watch how you are with your defensive mechanism, though, Gemini, because sometimes that can come back to bite us on the arse. Be careful how you're defensive. I just want to say that at the end of that. Putting these cards away. Right, let's get some romancing angel cards for us. One for our gems, one for the person they're thinking of dealing with. Yada, yada, yada. Give me my Geminis first, please. Anytime today. Okay. This is saying give your relationship a chance. Try and work on it. Well, I've told you where their energies are at. So I will leave that one with you. And I truly believe that's where their energies are at. So I'm just going to leave that with you. I think that's bullshit, personally. But we'll see. Maybe I've just connected to a different Gemini. Who knows? I mean, you can work on it if you want. Maybe, I feel, for those of you that are going to go independent, it's more about the relationship with yourself. It's much more about that. The relationship with yourself. Because we're changing constantly. Well, we're Geminis. We're constantly flipping about and changing. But maybe it's time we reevaluated who we are. And what we want and what we're prepared to tolerate and what we're not prepared to tolerate. Maybe it's that. Give me a card for the person around Gemini, please. They've got keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Maybe they need to have a rethink as well. Maybe the pair of you need to have a rethink. Maybe a nice little sit down and conversation. But we will see what comes up. March going into April for you regarding this, guys. Let's see. Joe will be up in a week or two, and we will be doing the general readings. So something may come up in the general readings for you guys. We'll have them up just before March. So where are we at? 16th, yeah, in less than 2 weeks. So maybe you're just both feeling discontent, but I do still feel that some of you are going to walk away, and like I said, they're thinking of going as well. They're already thinking of moving on there, and some of you are thinking of doing the same thing. Some of you are thinking of staying, so I'm guessing that's for those of you that are thinking of staying. You know, give it one more shot, give it one more chance. We will see. We will see, my lovelies. Okay, my lovely gems, that is your love reading for mid-February through to March. Like I said, Joe will be up soon, and if you're new and you fancy subscribing, please do. The button's down there somewhere. And apart from that, I will see you guys once Joe's here. All right, my lovelies, take care. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.